All right, so I thought it would be appropriate to begin tonight with a prepared statement. I've got it here. Hang on. Okay, so this is directed to all of the past and present board members of OPE. So that's Amber Gustafson, Charlie Hodges, Dave Degner, Shauna Anderson, Sarah Young Brown Bear, Jen Pellant. Sorry if I said that wrong. It might be Pellant. Jen Pellant, Tucker Cassidy, Kim Weaver, CJ Peterson, Tim Nelson, and Sarah Ann Willette. And I'll also throw Cody Hankerson in there, who I believe is still listed as their executive director, at least on his LinkedIn. So this is to all of you. I would like to issue an apology. I am sorry that we were right about OPEC.
They dare to dream.
I wonder which one of them is going to step up to accept that apology. That's a lot of folks.
How many of them are going to listen to it? Probably 5. I know some of you follow me on Twitter still.
Yeah, I can say at this point, one of them follows me. One of the people that I listed. Another one I lost last week. Left
too.
my followers list.
If you are mad about OPEC failing you and stealing your money, you should follow me on Twitter so I can get over 3K. And that will really show them, because I dropped down because they unfollowed me. So that's the real way. It's at Hot4Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get into the podcast game to make friends. We got in it to tell the truth. Truth tellers.
That's right. This is honest coverage.
Well, that's the thing, is they invited people to go through their finances in their resignation statement.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it's journalism.
All right, so we should talk a little bit about what happened. Last week, exactly 1 week ago, actually, June 7th, July 7th, last Thursday, I woke up and the first thought in my head upon waking was, what's going on with OPEC?
As you do every morning.
Yeah.
First thing I check, yeah. My eyes open and I pick up my phone and I go to OPEC. But, the primaries were back in June, which means we officially have a nominee for governor, a Democratic nominee, although Deidre has been the only Democrat running for the race for the past several months. Now it's official. So I thought, okay, this was OPEC's entire reason for existing, so what's happening now that the general election is officially happening? And it turned out that OPEC is doing nothing. They are withering away.
But we're still going strong. We started before them and we have outlasted them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think that they maybe had a little bit more ambitious goals than we did, and that's why we have lasted so long.
Yeah, they had a clear objective. We have no such thing.
Yeah, if you don't have a goal in mind, you can't fail.
Right.
That's right.
That's right. Shit posters. just shit posting, that's all.
Literally, my goal is just that we make trouble on the internet. I just want to be a hassle to people I don't like on the internet. And I feel like we've done that.
Yeah, so I tweeted about my findings last week. I found that the OPE social media accounts had gone silent, some of them for months, which I hadn't noticed until recently. I think it was the Instagram hadn't posted since February. Yikes. And their website, opeiowa.com, if I remember right. That's gone. They took all that down. It's just like a WordPress landing page or something. I don't think it's WordPress, but
Squarespace.
Yeah, they have a Squarespace site. Yeah, and their ActBlue link was deactivated, so they are no longer. Well, you're not able to like click an ActBlue link to send them money, but I've heard from someone that if you had a recurring donation, I think they still went through last week.
You would think that the last few months would have been a really prime like fundraising push for them, right? Like in the leading up to the primaries. So just especially Stark that they were
I think
fizzling.
All jokes aside, like the bigger story is the way that the Iowa Democratic Party has seemingly kind of abandoned the governor's race and aren't really interested in pushing their candidate, which is sad. I don't really understand the reasoning. I don't know. There's probably a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't know, but it seems like they're going to wait until the last minute to run a bunch of ads. Maybe. I don't know. It seems like, it seems like it would be a good time for some group like OPAC to try to like raise name recognition, try to like get people involved in a way that they're going to like, start some sort of buzz. It seems like the kind of thing that like all the people on the OPAC board might be something that they would enjoy doing.
At least with Fred Hubble, they were running like pretty incessant ads, like TV ads at least.
Well, Fred Hubble had a lot of money. Deidre DeGier
that might be the difference.
Have that much money. Yeah,
I'm sure he was running his own ads, but still, it's like, Deidre is not a slumlord housing magnate, so she seems like the perfect person who would need the help of something like OPAC.
Right.
And I would be supportive of that. I want Deidre to win.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all kind of understand that it's a lost cause, but like the Democratic Party wastes money on a lot more pointless shit than this, right?
Well, think about like all the stuff that Kim Reynolds has done and champions and how much worse it's going to get in the next few, like 4 years with another Reynolds term. And it's like the Democratic Party has just like given up. Like they don't give a fuck that she's going to make all abortions illegal in in Iowa. And that she's going to do all this shitty stuff, just like talking about public health. I mean, she's such a bad governor. There's so much stuff you could attack her for. And Deidre's a good candidate. Like, why aren't they doing anything?
She seems to be a good speaker. Like, I think it probably has to do with a lot of things, not least of which is her race, but among many other things. But do want to point out that this would be different if it was a white candidate. If it was Rob Sand, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got stacks, too.
He's got stacks. So much money.
Well, when I tweeted about what I had discovered that the OPEC seemed to be withdrawing from the public eye, I upset somebody. I don't know how much we want to talk about this. But Amber quote tweeted me directly, which she has never done. Last year when she got pissed about us, she did not refer to us by name. It was
Chapo, Iowa. She referred to us as.
I don't think she said that.
Remember?
I don't think she said that. I think that was like
she didn't. Someone else
She did say we were a sexist.
No, yeah, she just said like, "Oh, isn't it crazy that the misogyny is coming from the left?"
Mm-hmm. I believe the Chapo Iowa for witches, I believe, was Beach Bum who said that.
That was Beach Bum.
Yeah.
Again, who is Beach Bum? Listeners, we need to know.
Yep.
Yes.
We need to know. Like,
okay,
that's our objective. That's the podcast objective. For the
Truly.
life of the podcast, we gotta fucking figure out who Beach Bum is.
Yeah, so if you're a Twitter person, which you are, you're listening to this, are you kidding me? This bitch, Beach Bum, we thought we knew who it was. If you go, like, in the Wayback Machine, we traced it back to that person went to law school on the East Coast. What school? I can't remember.
It was Harvard.
It was Harvard, right?
We don't know their gender, so excuse me. But they posted about looking for realty in like Cambridge.
Yeah. So it's an Ivy League lawyer grad who's obsessed with Rob Sand. And I'm not going to say who we thought it was, but we don't think it's that person. If you know...
They seem to be very well connected in Iowa legal circles. I search them frequently because I'm curious. But
I was going to say, especially for Evan, you should help him.
Evan's first thought when he wakes up in the morning.
Well, yeah, that's right. Currently, I think they're saying John Roberts and Brett Kavanaugh, there is zero chance that they're going to do anything about gay marriage or any of the other various issues that may soon be on the Supreme Court's docket. Which I don't know how that analysis is standard, but they are saying it is a 0% chance that Kavanaugh or Roberts would vote to overturn Obergefell, or however you say it.
I don't know how that could be. Like
truly zero? You think there's zero chance of that?
0 chance. Because they said so. They said whatever, because it's not just about the privacy clause, it's about the 14th Amendment. Yeah, I know. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Mm-hmm. All right, so again, I don't want to talk about this too much because it's like,
sad.
okay. Yeah, Amber has this really long thread quote tweeting me. She's very mad at me for talking about this, which I don't really have anything against her for not liking me, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that's no, I think it's warranted.
Honestly.
I think he's right. Like, it is, like, it's fair. Like, I wouldn't like me if someone, like, out of the blue made a podcast episode about my pack.
See, I did a lot of the research for the OPAC thing, and I tried to, as hard as possible, to make it fair and say, I think they are well-meaning. I don't think that there's anything, like, the only thing that we were really criticizing, well, other than the yoga studio stuff, was we were criticizing the fact that this was the method that they chose to get involved in the race. PAC, like...
Yeah, if you start a PAC...
It seemed shady, and we weren't the only ones who said that either, even before the episode aired, so it's just kind of and also all of their advertising and marketing was very, obviously, like, skewed towards centrist Democrats, attacking Kim Reynolds for being a hypocrite, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And putting up anti-abortion ads, like...
Yeah, well...
That's what I paid for, yeah.
That was the first time that we were right about them.
If you start a PAC, like, you should be ready. Like, politics is gross. It's disgusting. You should be expecting some criticism. I think the criticism we were making was warranted. And Justin, your most recent post I guess it tagged some of the OPE board members, but Amber has taken this very, very personally throughout this entire, like, conversation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were like, what's up? You people, all these people might know what's up. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
And, like, those questions were going to get asked sooner or later anyway.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of people, they gained 2,000 donations or something like that? Like, I would probably be wondering where my money went if I donated.
Yeah. I didn't count the number of people, but they raised, like, how much in donations?
$38,000, I think.
$38,000.
48,000.
48.
Oh, 48.
How much did the billboard cost? How much is that?
We will. Let's save that because I
Okay.
I have
We're gonna
notes.
be able to see how much they spent on it. Oh my god.
I have that in front of me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. I do want to say, like, listen, Amber, if you're listening to this, as a deeply unstable bitch who is very online, I completely understand why you're acting like you are. I'm really sorry that you're going through personal struggles. And throughout the process of this week, I've decided justice for Amber. Amber was wronged. Mm-hmm. Amber put in her own fucking money and is also, like, genuinely believed in the cause. She was scammed by the other people in the PAC with her, and I'm sorry, Amber. White women still should not sell, like, religiously appropriative yoga merchandise. But otherwise, you were wronged, and as a fellow, like, unstable bitch, I'm really sorry. I like your crazy thread.
So, So she tweeted this thread in response to me where she talks about some of her personal struggles, which I have empathy for her for that, for sure. I do think that this part in particular is a little unfair. This is tweet number 5 in the thread here. She said something about my pathetic existence before that, but I'll let that slide. This is tweet number 5, and we wonder why people.
I think she was really, really cruel to you, and yeah, I think you have some mean takes on Twitter. That's what Twitter is for. But like, for her to accuse you of being like a slimy to your core excuse for a human being, like, that's not true. Like, anyone who knows you knows that you're like a very good person. And I know Natalie is on record with saying it's kind of gross how good of a person you are.
It's kind of gross how good of a person you are. It's like revolting. And it's really funny to me when people only know you online and they act like you could possibly be mean when you're like the single best, like as far as like people I'm closest to have to be like really, really close to me, you have to be a little more fucked up than you are, Justin. But as for like people that I'm
So we're not close. We're not close. That's what you're saying.
We're not close.
I'm trying to compliment you. Okay, Justin is honestly like, I don't know a single person on the face of the earth who lives their values more than Justin does. I don't know anyone who works as hard for justice in the community like Justin does. I like don't know anyone who like puts his beliefs into like feet to the pavement in the way that Justin does. And so people accusing him of being like a keyboard warrior is fucking outrageous because I don't know anyone who does more. It's crazy. I'll like, if I ask for volunteers for something, Justin will always do it. Like he will do anything for his community. He is the least keyboard warrior of anyone I know. So my apology to Amber. It does not include this part because I do hate that she said anything bad about you.
Justin, your response.
Okay, well, let me read this part of the thread that I thought was a little too far for me. She said, and we wonder why people don't try anything new in politics. We wonder why people are not willing
like
to take risks.
A pack, yeah, right.
We wonder why women, LGBTQ, and people of color hesitate to run for office. It's because of shit like this. Because of people like you. All caps, you.
Oh my god.
Meaning me.
That's so that's so shitty.
Asking for the bare minimum of accountability of a fundraising organization. I'm sorry. Like, you asked for people's money. We deserve to find out what you did with it. And if you're shutting down, that's fine. Just like tell us.
It's one thing if you're a PAC that's just like funded by just a bunch of like corporate slush funds and stuff, and another one to be like soliciting donations from the public over the course of like a year and a half. Right. You know?
Yeah.
The two notable replies to her main thread about me. One from Molly Donahue. Again, this is the lady with the Twitter alt who was running for state senate against Austin Frerick. I think it was Senate, right?
That lady is so off-putting in person. Like,
oh right, yeah, you.
But her Bitmoji is intriguing online.
Oh, actually, her reply wasn't notable. It's just that she replied at all. I don't want to read what she said. It was not that interesting. just something, nice and supportive for Amber. But this one I thought was interesting. This is at Midas_Sammy, who was like an OPE fan on Twitter, said, "You don't owe anyone shit." I don't know about that. Least of all, this fucking ghoul, referring to me. I have no doubt you'll do fabulous in your new position, but old boy over here may need some help getting over his obsessions. And that's about me.
You literally did not even name her. Like, it wasn't about her. It was about and like, this is kind of a problem with like some of these people is they can't like separate personal from.
Yeah.
Right.
When she says like you don't owe anyone anything, as a member of the board, you probably, or as a leader of the board, you do owe the public communications about this organization you're stewarding. Do you know what we do not need? What you do not owe us is information about your marriage and your mental well-being. I mean, as a fellow unstable bitch, like no one is asking for you to like trauma dump or whatever. Like just say you guys made a mistake or the message is coming. You don't have to excuse your lack of communication on, like, obviously things aren't going well in your personal life, but that has nothing to do with what people are asking for.
Especially when there's like 20 other people involved or 50 other people,
Yeah.
or 100.
I mentioned 12 people by name at the beginning of this podcast, all of whom were also involved in this pack. So really, this shouldn't all have been on her shoulders.
Justice for Amber.
Yeah.
Even though she said mean stuff about literal Angel Justin. I also think that in this circumstance, she was actually wronged.
Yeah, we'll get more into the money.
We all have our bad moments.
If this pack cost you your marriage and your sanity, like something went awry, Amber. Like, justice for Amber. I agree.
Yeah. Like, don't say shit about Justin, but like, you're allowed to be unstable and there's nothing wrong with any of the like mental health things you were going for. I support you 100%. Your marriage should not be straining under the weight of this stupid bullshit. And I'm sorry. Like, I don't know.
So that was July 7th, as I said. They seem to have been withdrawing and weren't making any statements about it. When I posted about it, though, got that response from Amber, and then a few of the other people involved left just slightly snarky little comments like, "Oh, we just shut the website down. Like, we're gonna make a statement soon." As if I hadn't caught them just like trying to disappear in the middle of the night.
Like Homer Simpson fading into that hedge.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
mean, maybe
exactly what they were trying to do.
Maybe they were going to release a statement, but like, if someone asks, you should have that statement ready instead of whatever the actual response was. Like, if someone asks a question and you don't have a statement, then you probably should make a statement and then release it instead of like accusing Justin of preventing women and minorities from running for office.
That was my favorite part. I'm going to start saying that every time I'm mad that someone's mean to me online. It is literally because of you that I don't run for office as well as any other. It's just like all women.
Every time you do that, Natalie, I'm gonna comment on that and say, "You're a ghoul."
Yeah, it just seems like the communication should come before you like shut everything down without a word, right? So July 7th, I posted that, and this Twitter user who goes by the name Big Mama, they are at Helen Bitch without the I, Helen Bitch. They commented on or replied to like an old OPEC tweet and said, "So I'm hearing that you have collapsed. Can I sustain any hope against a Reynolds re-election? I gave you people money. I was a recurring contributor and it looks like my last payment was June 6th. I think I deserve some kind of explanation. My ActBlue account no longer lists payments to you." I don't know what happened there, but like it seems like your history of ActBlue payments should not, like, stuff shouldn't be disappearing from that. Right?
Justice for Big Mama.
Yeah, definitely. So they got no response to those tweets, and then 2 days later on July 9th, Big Mama must have found my tweet and replied to me. "I was a recurring donor, and between this post and today, they still took my money." So between July 7th and July 9th, the monthly recurring payments still went through, according to Big Mama. And then they released a statement on July 12th, 5 days after I asked what was going on. Yes, the OPEC
Big Mama
released a
has
statement.
since... No comment yet from Big Mama.
Not that I have seen.
They released a statement. It just said OPE. That's it.
Then I'd be on their side again, to be honest. If they released a Microsoft Word document that just said OPE in the middle of it, and that was their statement, then I would become a recurring donor.
Yes. Agreed.
That would revive
remember, the whole origin story of OPE is OPE. We Iowans elected Kim Reynolds.
It was an accident, yeah. Mistakes happen. That was the first sentence of their website. Mistakes happen.
Nobody's perfect.
Do we want to read anything from this statement?
I did not read it. I'm going to be honest. It was really long.
I did, but I didn't retain anything. Yeah, it's 2 pages.
It's fine. It probably just says, thank you so much. We still believe in the mission.
I think they kind of honked their own horn a little bit. They were like, we accomplished what we set out to do. Now there's a nominee and they can expect. And here are the technical reasons why we haven't done these things yet, or why you didn't get a statement from us before this. But now we're going to do it. You can tell they wrote it with Justin's tweet pulled up to make sure everything was covered.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of at odds with the way Amber responded, because Amber was basically saying, yeah, the PAC has kind of been floundering because my life is in shambles. And this statement is more like, yeah, nothing's actually wrong.
This is how we meant it to be.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we wanted to do.
Well, to be fair, why don't I read some of their words just so no one thinks we're misrepresenting them. This is the OPE statement. As the 2022 midterm campaign season is starting to heat up, it is time to give an update on the last few months of OPEC and where things are headed next for us. As you know, OPEC was created with the intention of defeating Kim Reynolds and supporting the 2022 Democratic candidate for governor. We have remained committed to that mission even while the political landscape has changed several times and personal challenges have impacted our work. Today, we are proud to announce that we will soon be making our planned final disbursement as a PAC in the form of a generous donation to our outstanding and historic Democratic gubernatorial candidate, Deidre DeGier. Keep those words in mind, everyone. Generous donation. And note that they did not mention a number there. With our mission accomplished, and with the volunteer board members each ready to pursue new avenues of progressive advocacy in their own communities, OPEC's days are coming to a close. Mission accomplished, huh? You may have noticed the activities of OPEC slowed down over the last several months, and we would like to give an explanation for our stepping back. So yes, this is a direct response to me. First, when it became clear in late 2021 that Deidre would be the candidate in the primary race, we chose to stop soliciting donations to our PAC and to transition to promoting Deidre's own fundraising efforts instead. They were still receiving donations. So maybe they stopped asking for them publicly, less aggressive fundraising tactics or whatever, but they were still taking in money. They said this was in late 2021 that they stopped soliciting donations.
Let's see if that's true also.
And really, as far as I can tell, the only campaigning they did for Deidre is to put a pinned tweet. And they're really, I just am scrolling through their most recent stuff, and basically none of it is, there's a few retweets of her, but a lot of it is not really related to the gubernatorial race.
Yeah. And then there's a state law that says that PACs cannot contribute to candidates during the legislative session, and we had a bit of a longer session this year. And they did have a dig at Kim Reynolds when they said that. The end of the session was later because Kim Reynolds unethically held the legislature hostage to try to pass a scam bill to siphon money out of our public schools. Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Should have been more messaging like that, if you ask me.
Yeah, where are the billboards that call stuff a scam and shit?
All right, so that's really all we need from their closing statement. That's only about half of it, but there's not really any additional information there. Now might be a good time for me to show you this tape that I got in the mail.
Oh, wow.
No return address on it, but there was a note that said it's related to the podcast. So let me just put this in here. and show you guys.
It's a VHS, everybody.
Yeah, I've been digitizing old tapes with this little box that Evan loaned to me. So I happen to have my VCR here.
Is that a Cedar Rapids Rough Riders jersey in the background?
I think it is.
Yeah. This is like really high resolution for VHS, but I can't really explain it.
Tonight
let's see what's
you will
on
be
this
visited
tape.
by 3 ghosts. The first, the ghost of Christmas past.
All right, I haven't watched this.
Hi, podcast fans. It's Chuck from Rock Hard Caucus. So, I'm sorry, first and foremost, that I couldn't be there to join you today for this episode. But I didn't want to, I guess, not have my voice heard about this one. This is something that's been weighing on me for the better part of the last probably year or so, really. This episode, obviously, we are talking about our friends at OPE, which is a political action committee that was formed to stop Kim Reynolds, I think. And that was the whole thing, right? Like, they were going to give money to whoever was running against. I don't remember, to be honest. The episode was like at least a year ago, maybe longer, and I really don't remember. But obviously, we did a little digging into where the money went, who it was going to, and for what exactly. But I wanted to lead off, first of all, by apologizing to Amber. Some pretty nasty things were insinuated about me on Twitter. That I was a misogynist or I was mean and hateful, which isn't true. Our friend, I don't know if she's here today or not, but Stella got me a book for Christmas about, I think it's about powerful women in positions of power or something. But I've been reading it, and I've been learning a lot.
I still haven't sent it to him.
I have been internalizing my own misogyny, and it came up in therapy a couple of times, and I'm laying there on the couch in Dr. Mike's office with my little fidget toy in my hands, like always. My head's on the pillow, my feet are up, my back is to him, and he asks me, where do you think this awful hate in your heart comes from? And I told him, well, I don't think it's hate necessarily. I just think, I don't know, Mike. There's just something that's in the way for me with this OPEC thing. And he's like, well, a lot of times you tend to lash out at people when you're operating from a position of envy or jealousy. And I kind of had this like aha moment, and I realized that the only reason I think that I was so cruel to you, Amber, is that I too wish I had a vaguely political vanity project and I could take otherwise well-meaning people's money to do something with. Which is why I'd like to announce that as of today, I am launching Caucus, and along with Caucus, I am launching Coin, which will be able to be purchased soon on major trading platforms such as OpenSea. And we are also minting our exclusive Evan Jones NFTs this week, which will be available for purchase to Patreon subscribers very soon here. So keep your eyes out for those. But like I said, I'm sorry. It was very mean of me to say the things that I said. And even though, with these PAC things, there's a list of where the money goes and how much, and some people's addresses may become public. I assure you, you have nothing to worry about. I'm a normal internet weirdo. I just post. I'm not gonna come to your house. Like, I don't care that much. So no worries, I guess. Which kind of brings me to the other person I need to apologize to, Cody Hankerson. So first of all, Cody, thank you for your service, and please let me follow you. I know you've gone private, but I just want to, pinch those cute cheeks of yours. And I'm still not exactly what it is that your role was exactly, but I like to pretend that you were given more or less more than what the average person makes in an entire year to reply to us online and do damage control, which does make me feel pretty good. It doesn't excuse, the way I behaved and everything, and I can guarantee you, I have been working on it. I should be building progressive groups like this up instead of being this leftist saboteur that I've been accused of being, post-left, contemporary, blah, 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 whatever. We can still stop Kim Reynolds. I'm not sure what the plan was initially, but we can pick up on that with Cockpack. And I think that I'm ready to take the reins of OPAC. I think that self-care is what's most important right now for OPAC members who may, be feeling disheveled or disenfranchised from, whatever's been going on lately. And I will be doing everything I can in my power to continue the work. OPAC, as far as I'm concerned, walked so I could run. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know what that expression is exactly, but I can assure you I'm a champion of the working class. I work a 9 to 5. I live in a modest home. I don't live in a $1.4 million mansion in like one of the widest areas in Iowa, which kind of says a lot, but I will continue your mission of suckering people out of their money for something. I assure you I'm very good at it. I've had some schemes of my own that I've been working on for quite a while now, and I think that I can impart those along with OPAC's message. So I want you, I'm sorry, not want you, would you please unblock me, Amber? And Cody, would you please let me follow you on your now locked Twitter account? I said I'm sorry. I don't know what else you want from me. But I assure you that the fight's not over. We will stop Kim Reynolds. You can give money to Cockpack. You can buy Cockcoin. And you can purchase our Evan Jones NFTs. All of that money is guaranteed to go to my own personal vanity project. Not that. It's gonna stop it's gonna stop Kim Reynolds. So thank you for listening. I miss you guys. And I think I'll see you in like another 7 months, I think. But take care.
There we go. All right. So that was a tape from Chuck. Okay. I'll put that in my my Chuck tape collection. In case I need to refer to that again. All right. So, money is really what this is all about. A PAC exists to suck up money and put the money somewhere else, right? So,
well said.
so true, Justin.
Yes.
So, fortunately, with a group like this, they are required to report where all the money came from and where it all went. We have public filings available to look at. If you, the listener, would like to look at these filings yourself, I'll make sure to put a link to this page in the full episode notes. But let's get started with a little bit of these numbers. And I promise this won't be too boring because there's some pretty outrageously large numbers going in certain directions, okay? So the first available report here is from January 1st to June 30th of 2021, so the first half of last year. And during that period, they brought in $29,171.73 in contributions. Now, I looked through these name by name, looking for names of the people who were on the board, looking for any name I recognized, and just like big numbers, because I wanted to know what was going on here. So to give you the quick rundown, Amber donated $500 of her own dollars to this. Charlie Hodges donated $145. Dave Degner, who is the treasurer of OPE, donated $25. Shauna Anderson donated $84. Jen Palant donated $31. Tucker Cassidy donated $41. Kim Weaver donated $100. CJ Peterson donated $103. Sarah Willette donated $50. And then we get into some names of people who were not on the board. Okay, so Lou McDonald. He donated $50. Lou is the founder of a consulting group called Title Fight. And that'll be important very soon. But keep in mind, Lou McDonald, founder of Title Fight, donated $50. 50. Remember the number. $50.
Justin, that doesn't seem like a lot of money.
I mean, if you were just a run-of-the-mill person off the street giving $50 to a pack,
yes,
like that would be significant.
That's a dinner for two. That's a dinner for two.
For sure.
Yeah.
But if someone were, say, financially benefiting, but we'll just see. Keep going.
Yeah. And remember that Amber, the founder of OPEC, donated 10 times that much to her own project here.
Yeah.
Charlotte Hubble, that is the wife of Fred Hubble, also donated $500. And this is a weird one. Cindy Waite, that's Waite with 2 T's. Are any of you familiar with that name? Cindy Waite?
Nope.
No.
I didn't know who she was, but it was a big number, so I checked it out. She is the director of the Waite Institute for Violence Prevention and has been executive producer on several documentaries, including 2011's Bully, which I think won some awards. As the title suggests, it's a documentary about bullying. So she's, an Iowa film executive producer donating $400. All right. Again, the contributions during that period, $29,000 roughly. Then we flip to the other side, the money they spent. They spent $9,418.27. $300 of that went to Lucas Schulte for graphic design services. Lucas Schulte is CJ Peterson's husband. So Lucas is paid $300 for, it says graphic design services. I have to assume he made the logo or something. $2,000 went to Tim Nelson, who in the beginning of OPAC was kind of like their web guy. I think he put their website together. He was doing their social media stuff, I believe. I don't know like all of his duties, of course, but Tim was there for the first few months and then he left to help the Kimberly Graham campaign. He was paid $2,000 for his services at the beginning. $240 was unitemized, and they listed this as for educational content generation. I don't know what that means. $240 is not a lot of money, but it's just interesting. I don't know what this was.
Probably for copywriting for the website or for any literature, I would assume.
Educational content generation.
Maybe they were starting a podcast.
Could be generating that content. $1,040.53 to Raygun for the t-shirts. And now $5,000 to Title Fight.
Jesus Christ, that's
what
so
a return
much
on
money.
investment.
Over half of the money they spent during that 6-month period went to Title Fight. And again, the founder of Title Fight, Lou McDonald, donated $50. And Title Fight, the consulting firm, got $5,000.
This was the first month.
The first 6 months.
Of the organization.
First
6
half
months.
of 2021.
First half of the year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to be generous, I mean, there's probably a lot of, like, if we, we're setting up Cockpack, like, there's a lot of rules around that, and, for a group of good-hearted, well-meaning people like us, like, we would probably need someone we could pay to tell us how to do it right. Trying to be generous but it's weird that he would donate $50 instead of his services, right? If he really cared about it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's $5,000 that could, how many mailers is that? How many ads is that?
Yeah, and I don't know what Title Fight was doing for them for that $5,000. I mean, obviously, it couldn't have been nothing, but for for more than half of the money spent to be going to this one place, it definitely catches your eye. Okay, so moving on to the second half of 2021, July 1st through December 31st. Contributions slowed down significantly. They raised $15,157. Amber donated $200 more of her money. Charlie Hodges donated $425 this time. Dave Degner donated $25. Shauna Anderson $25. Tucker Cassidy $40. Kim Weaver donated $1,500 during this period. It's quite a bit of money. CJ Peterson donated $25. Sarah Willett donated $60. Cody Hankerson donated $10.
What the fuck? Amber's put in a lot of her own money and clearly really believes in it. And this is just fucked up. It's just like such a perfect tiny example of like the major problems I see with the Democratic Party of just being like, it's just full of these fucking leeches who are sucking all the money and energy into their consultancy services when they literally have the political instincts of an invertebrate. Like I'm supposed to believe that these people are fucking experts when I see the moronic messaging that they post online. Like,
yeah,
if it's worth $5,000, I'm such a better poster than you, and like I don't get. I could do so much better than this.
Yeah,
I also think it's funny if you search for Title Fight and go to their website, like pretty much the only information that is really available on there is it says it's a DCCC preferred vendor, which is the Democratic whatever. I can't remember that's all those C stands for.
Congressional Campaign Committee?
Yeah.
Congressional Campaign Committee? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought it stands for cool.
Democrats.
Not so much, Stella. Yeah, if you go back and look at like their LinkedIn stuff, it seems like mostly they were involved in a lot of Democratic campaigns in like New Jersey, and there seems like there's some weird Cory Booker connection. I do know they do heavily advertise their minority-owned business, etc. So I don't know all the details on that, but there's not a lot of information out there. I'll say that.
Yeah, and for a consulting agency, brand is so important, and they are competing with a straight edge emo band called Title Fight for their name.
Yep, that's right.
When you look up Title Fight, the first results are like the Google generated. People also ask questions are, what happened to Title Fight and Title Fight allegations?
Oh no.
Maybe time for a rebrand, babe.
Yeah, if you just Google Title Fight, it is not on the first page.
No.
No, it is towards the bottom. It's here, but...
Also, I would say that boxing is a very corrupt sport, and there's a lot of shady business involved in that. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with these guys, but, they named their business after it, so...
Okay, so I was in the contributions from the second half of 2021. Just a couple more notable ones. Molly Donahue, who I mentioned earlier, donated $100. Cindy Waite, that's the executive producer of 2011's documentary Bully. She donated $1,000 during this period.
Damn.
And Charlotte Hubble, again, she's married to Fred Hubble, who ran for governor last time around. So the first half of the year, she gave $500. Second half of the year, she just gave 100. So she was not as excited this time. So again, that's about 15,000 in contributions, and then expenditures. Now, during this 6-month period, they spent $30,410.24. That is more than double of what they brought in during the same period. So, going through the whole thing, that means that they ended last year with just $4,500 in the bank. And again, they said their plan is to give all the money they have left to Deidre DeGear's campaign. And the whole purpose was to support the Democratic nominee. But they're spending almost all of the money
fundraising
before that
for
can
the
happen.
nominee. I also think it's kind of like, I just want to say, like, for Mrs. Hubble to spend just $100, I feel like that's very telling. Like, Hubble's, like, they cough and, like, a C note falls out. Like, was she just, like, digging around, like, whatever I find in the couch cushions tonight, I'll send it over to OPAC. Like,
yeah.
It does make me jealous that I wish I had this kind of money to throw around on pet projects.
Definitely. Yeah.
Etc.
So of this 30,000 in expenditures, I'm not accounting for all of it because a lot of it is just like monthly just subscriptions to like Zoom and shit, which is not really a big deal. But anyway, among this 30,000 in the second half of 2021, $18,500 went to Title Fight.
$18,000?
Yes.
What the fuck? When I posted screenshots, I did not see that much.
What are they doing?
I had to add them together. It wasn't in one payment. But
oh my god.
Yeah, it totaled $18,500.
I tried to be generous. Like, you might need them for your starting up kind of stuff, right? Because there's, like, legal stuff that you gotta be careful about with a PAC. But this kind of ongoing, costly
siphoning of... Wouldn't we have seen something if they, like, a mailer... like anything. I didn't see an ad. And if they're not targeting ads so they hit me, like I feel like I should be like the target online audience for that bullshit. Because I'm always clicking on
and billboards certainly don't cost that much
stuff.
Oh, I can tell you exactly how much billboards cost.
I've been salivating to hear this.
First, I just want to say $493 more to Raygun for more t-shirts. Just because we're big fans of Raygun.
Yeah, Justin, you're on thin ice already. I don't know if we want to poke that bear. I don't know if we want to zap that gun.
Pull the trigger. The billboard, I think obviously this was like the biggest thing that happened while OPAC was active is that they put up this billboard during the state fair last summer where everyone could see it, and it was essentially an anti-abortion billboard.
Yeah. It said Kim Reynolds has, like, abortions have gone up under Kim Reynolds. Is this really who you want to support? And so, I mean, for people who are pro-choice, like, it was an offensive message. And for people who are anti-choice, it was like, oh, we need to vote even harder for Republicans because abortions have gone up in Iowa. Like, yeah.
It was horrendous. They should have closed down right after that.
Right.
It was like an absolute humiliation. That's disgusting. The fact it got past all of them and no one was
For
like,
real.
wait a minute, this is anti-abortion is absurd. And you all call yourself experts who deserve $18,000 to be a political consultant, and you can't tell what is anti-abortion and what isn't. Like a literal baby. Like, what is wrong with you? How do you, what terrible political expertise to not, have any grasp of, the way the messaging works, or, it's absurd.
Yeah.
You should be embarrassed, and the PAC should have shut down.
And even,
after that.
centrist-inclined people were pissed off about it. It wasn't just, whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't just us. Everyone was mad. They were right to take it down.
Right. Do you remember how long it was actually up?
Not very
It was
long.
like a day.
2 days, I think. I drove by it once. I saw it. I was like, I'm driving on 235. I need to see this billboard.
And it was gone by the time I came to visit you.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, those Iowa State Fair billboard surcharges, baby. There's a lot of money to be made.
Okay, I haven't said the number yet. So for this billboard to be up for 2 days, a billboard everyone hated, they gave Lamar Media Corp $3,150.
Oh my god, they just lit $3,000 on fire.
Oh my gosh.
At best, they like made some pro-life people happy for $3,000. $3,000. That's humiliating. Like, really, like, the fact that they didn't, like, resign in shame is, like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're like, we're just going to keep trying this, even though we just proved, like, we are massive failures.
Yeah. We are so incompetent. We
cannot
so
do messaging, or I'm mad about the fucking billboard, I swear to God.
I mean, I figured that they paid for a longer allotment of time, and they probably couldn't get a refund after they decided it was time to pull the plug, I would guess. But either way, it's just ridiculous.
It's the most irredeemable part of the whole thing is just like the billboard is bad, and like it should have proven like you guys do not know what you're doing.
Yeah. And in terms of the message that made the biggest splash, that was their biggest success. That had the most
that's
impact.
the one that I saw people talking about, that's for sure. So
I wonder how many people like resigned from the board like that week.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know all of the behind the scenes there, but like people joined the board, people left the board like throughout this whole period, and like I know their website wasn't updated each time. Like CJ was listed on the board like till the website went down, and he says he wasn't involved since like around the billboard time, so that may have had something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I do like CJ, by the way.
CJ has grown on all of us immensely.
Yeah.
Even though
we like you, CJ.
Even though he caucus for Andrew Yang, he at least seems like a human being that you could actually talk to.
Yeah.
I think we can get those people back. I think, they're a little out there. I think we can. A friend of Yang, they can be a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe.
I think we overlapped, and I think it's fine. It's fine. Like, he's acting crazy now, and everyone knows it, so it's okay.
Oh, Andrew Yang. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like really have much against almost any of these people.
No.
But like, this is public information. We need to look at what happened with this money.
I'm a close personal friend with one of the OPE board members, so.
There was a $750 payment to Act Blue for, quote, digital fundraising. This was separate from all the usual, like, Act Blue taking their cut. I don't know what this entailed, but they must have had, like, a sponsored link or something on Act Blue.
Maybe a promotion, some kind of campaign.
Yeah. Then the last expenditure I want to highlight for this period was $2,546.22 to Hankerson Consulting. This is Cody Hankerson, who came on as the executive director of OPE during this period of time. And notably, the address for Hankerson Consulting on this form is the same address as Title Fight on this form. So all that money was going to one address.
18,000 plus another 2,000 just in this period going to one man. And that is who the real villain is. Fucking that guy.
I think this is also the period, I don't know if you discussed this on the show, but wasn't he messaging you, Natalie, to try to get you to, one, get involved in OPAC and try to like show them the error of their ways, and also trying to get you to do transcription services for free?
And like review some of their stuff for free. Like give your feedback.
Cody sent me, he was like, I wanted you to take a look at this. It's my like last project for OPAC. This was in October, which he continued to get paid after that. So that's really interesting. And I know you'll be honest. And we had I deleted our messages from before that, and I don't remember why. Like, we had been talking for a lot, and I don't remember what it was about. But yeah, we had been DMing, and he's just really a weird guy. I don't know. And I did not get a good explanation because I asked him about the address thing because he wanted me to take it down because it's his address. And I said, you have to say sorry to Justin. And also tell me who benefits from title fight. And he did not answer in a way that was satisfactory to me, so I didn't take it down. But yeah, it's really unclear, like, why is this all going to your apartment in Minnesota?
Yeah. I will also say on their statement, I don't know if you read this part, but it does say all of our financial records are publicly available at the Iowa Campaign Ethics and Disclosure Board website, including statements through the end of May 2022. Final disclosures will be filed along with their paperwork to dissolve the PAC later this month. So, I mean, this is all public. They're basically inviting people to look into it. So, like, yeah. I mean, I don't know what they expected.
Oh. Their website. I'm sorry. I've finally ended up on their website.
Which one?
Is it weartitlefight.com?
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah. Oh my God. If you scroll through, Rob Sand's there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that. I saw the JD stuff.
They had some involvement with JD Schulten's, maybe both campaigns, but for sure 2018, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, something to do with Rob Sand, and I believe had some involvement with the Glenn Hurst campaign as well.
That one's a little out of left field.
All right, so we have one more filing period that we can discuss. Not as much happened this one. Again, things were kind of winding down, but from January 1st of 2022 to May 14th of 2022, here's what happened. $4,328 in contributions. Charlotte Hubble, again, she is now down to $50 donated to OPEC. So she believes it's her belief in the mission is waning. She can now only spare $50 measly. But a new name showed up during this filing period. Seems like he was trying to maybe, like, he could see that the PAC was sort of suffering and he wanted to come in and save the day. A man named Douglas West donated $500. No one gave anywhere near that much during this period, so I was like, who the hell is Douglas West? He is a retired Wells Fargo financial advisor who lives in Ankeny, and I looked him up on, like, the FEC website. If you look up his political contributions, he gives a ton of money to Democrats, including $1,000 to Admiral Mike Franklin's 2020 primary campaign.
I believe that brave, honorably discharged Admiral Michael Franken can beat decrepit Senator Charles Grassley, who has served 45 terms for U.S.
You said
Senate.
his name wrong. You said Franken. It's actually Franklin.
It's Mike Franklin. Please make sure that you get this correct.
Okay, really quick though, can I read you a little bit off the Title Fight website I just saw?
Oh yeah.
I know this is jumping around, but it's really funny. So it's in the, like, creative production section.
This is a terrible website, by the way. It's
Yeah,
so hard to navigate.
It's so hard. It's very unclear. And the weird little menu box in the upper corner is, like, so tiny. It's stupid. But this paragraph is really beautiful, I think. The Mona Lisa isn't a masterpiece because it was painted in 4K resolution. Stevie Wonder's Uptight isn't a work of musical genius because it was recorded in Dolby Surround Sound. And Running with Beto isn't an excellent documentary about taking on the establishment because Ted Cruz lost. They work because they stand out because they're compelling and unique stories. He could put a documentary about fucking Beto O'Rourke.
Oh my God.
To Stevie Wonder and the Mona Lisa.
I'm also 95% sure that they are responsible for the watchdog lapdog messaging that Rob Sand has been. If you go to Rob Sand for Iowa, the page on the weartitlefight.com, first of all, you're greeted with a very striking image of Rob in his Carhartt vest with two, several point bucks hung up on the wall behind him. And then it says the campaign was called Wake Up the Watchdog.
Yeah.
So
that's all his ads are like. Iowans want a watchdog, not a lapdog.
Yeah.
It's so
he
fucking
makes all
stupid.
those, like, corny ass shirts, like the buck stops here or whatever the hell, and he's doing all these dog metaphors. Rob, make rip off big dogs t-shirts. Make that your campaign.
Real.
That's such
That
a
would
good
rule.
idea. And I've
Rob
seen
Sand
his
Big
dog
Dog.
too. His dog is really cute. He should do more with the dog thing, but have it be different.
Yeah.
Less dead deers, more living dogs.
Yeah.
Pay us $15K. That is a gold idea.
The big dog shirt is absolutely worth. That is way more than these losers.
I might put that up on our Redbubble.
Oh my god, it would be so funny to sell red Rob Shan shirts. Oh my god, it would be so fucking funny.
He might, he might stop ignoring us completely if I like try to rip off his campaign to sell Big Dogs t-shirts.
Please. I need him to acknowledge me. I bitch at him all the time and he has never. I just need it because I know he reads all of it, but
Okay, so we were talking about contributions in the last few months of the pack, and you remember I was listing like people, the board members, like how much they were contributing each time. Well, things decreased this period. Only 3 of the people involved in either OPE or title fight contributed money this period. Jeremy Cassidy gave $60. Tim Nelson donated $5, which I have a theory about.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's funny.
I think that's cool. I like it. Back on his side.
And Sarah Willette donated $20. And if you look through the filings, you'll see, I think she had a recurring donation of $10 set up every month, which she cut off in February. Now, Tim Nelson, again, he was there at the beginning. He sort of set all the groundwork for all of their web design and stuff, and they paid him $2,000 for his services. And then, all that money I've said that they've given to Title Fight and Hankerson Consulting, since they paid Tim $2,000, I'm speculating here that Tim Nelson has some resentment and gave that $5 like after the pack is dead as like a little fuck you. I don't know.
Come on, Rock Hard Caucus, Tim Nelson.
Yes, tell your story.
Tell your story.
If I recall, he was one of the people who were maddest when we released our episode, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And he unfollowed me after Amber quote tweeted me the other day.
Yeah. But, like, I'm literally so fickle. Halfway through this episode, I've been like, I love Amber, and then I'm like, oh no, I hate her. She insulted. So if you come on, Tim Nelson. We'll be nice to you if you'll bitch.
We'll talk to any of them,
It's
really.
fine.
I mean,
I
Yeah,
think
for
I think
real.
really like none of this should be about how we personally feel about each other. Any of this.
That's
This
right.
is
I
all-
just like
Right.
to
Yeah.
always make sure people know, but
yeah, we have fun here.
but that's just for fun.
Okay, so again, they brought in about $4,000 in contributions, and they spent $5,607.11. Again, this is mostly like standard recurring stuff for like web hosting and van access. I forgot they had van access.
For what? Were
Yeah,
they
right.
door
Were they
knocking?
contacting voters? I don't know.
They were planning to. Apparently.
Anyway, another $1,071.25 to Hankerson Consulting. And wait, didn't he tell you he was doing his last thing with OPAC in like October?
Yeah, in October. Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe he's billing for this last thing.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical, but maybe.
This strange thing that I don't know what's going on. They gave $240 to Voomly LLC on April 28th. So pretty close to the end of this filing period, when everything was seemingly pretty much over for them. They gave Voomly LLC $240 for, quote, PAC outreach. I looked at Voomly's website, and on their front page it says, sell your knowledge. Create, host, and sell your online video course with Voomly.
That's just like, I think something we've suspected this entire time is like, OPAC is just like something nice for a lot of these people to add to their resume.
Yep.
Maybe they believe in the cause a little bit, but this has always been like their personal little stepping stone. And how can we leverage this opportunity to get me personally to further my career within the Democratic Party industry. There's so much money to be made here and so much money to suck up.
I mean, look at what the party made when Roe was overturned. Like, it's just... Like, liberal politics is such a fucking scam.
They're so manipulative,
It's just a money grab, and it makes me so angry because of all the people I know and what they could do with that money. Like, what Des Moines BLM could do with that much money. What, like, all these organizations that are doing incredible work actually on the ground doing this stuff. Like, the fact that they were, like, lecturing us about organizing when they had a fucking PAC. Like, just, like, that's not organized. Like, you're not an organizer. You're just using this as a slush fund. And, like, so are we thinking they, like, bought videos about how to run a PAC from Voomly?
I bet they produced a video.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Maybe that was tied in with their like canvassing. Maybe they were like doing some sort of like, here's how to act as an OPE canvasser.
Here's how to maybe, or that could be. But
okay, but Cody said he wanted to share his expertise.
I wonder if they're like, learn how we started a grassroots PAC and all of our successes and our marketing strategies. And this
is how we accomplished our mission.
It's
so funny to use the phrase mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Like post-Iraq war, it rules to fail at something and then say mission accomplished.
Like what Stella said, there's like an even more like cynical spin on it where like they probably realize that Deidre DeGear's chances are not great. And then that was even more of a reason for them to shut down the PAC because then there's no incentive for them to boost their resume with it. I don't know. That's I don't know.
Gosh, yeah.
If it didn't help get her elected,
mission accomplished would have been Kim Reynolds wasn't governor,
unseated.
Yeah.
How can they fucking say mission accomplished like months before the election?
The election that is honestly not looking great. Like,
mission accomplished. No. We donated some money to
dollars.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Let me
cut that.
I've been throwing a lot of numbers out, so just to recap where we're at in totals. So over the whole life of the PAC up until May 14th, we don't yet know what happened after that. They said they're going to file their last filing like sometime this month. But up until May 14th, they had $48,656.73 total donated to OPEC. $48,000. And they spent $45,435.62, which means after all of this time, they have $3,221.11 on hand. This is I believe they said a generous donation that they plan to pass on to the Democratic nominee.
That they're giving to Deidre.
About $3,200.
They literally could have given Deidre $48,000 and done way more good. Just give her $48,000.
What did they accomplish in this year and a half? That all this money, like what do they have to show for all the money they took in and spent before giving a tiny, tiny remainder to the nominee? What did they do to like support her chances?
How much total did Amber personally donate? Was it $3,000?
$700, right?
It was $700 according to the public filings. I'm sure she also donated a bunch of her own time and effort too, but monetarily $700. Yeah.
She did not get paid as a consultant.
No, she didn't. She is not a grifter.
You should make that clear.
Not a grifter.
She is not a grifter. To be clear, we think she's a weirdo and not a grifter. Amber was not scamming. I think she really believed in this. She put more of her own money than much richer people put towards this. I think she really believed in this project, and if she had personal goals, they were not financial. She is not a scam artist. If I ever implied she was, I'm sorry. And this is like kind of fucked up, honestly. Like, I feel like if like Cody is making all this money for his consulting services, like Amber should have gotten paid for even just
dealing with us. She
pain and suffering.
Addressed us. She should have gotten paid for that. I feel like when I was like kind of ragging on Amber. I truly thought she was at least getting somewhat self-enriched by this. And it kind of looks like everyone but her did. And I feel bad.
I think,
not everyone. No, just a couple people did.
In terms of the board members, the only like expenditures that went to any of them that I can see anyway is the graphic design services paid to CJ Peterson's husband. That's not really like a scam as far as I can tell. Yeah,
that's not graphic design is hard and it's important.
I don't know.
And
that Canva ass looking logo. I could whip that up in 5 minutes, you guys. Like,
okay, but generally,
and
not
then
a grift.
2,000 to Tim Nelson, but again, he like started their website and shit, I think. So
that is also not a grift. Like a good
that seems reasonable.
That much money.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'm looking at the campaign contribution limits for non-candidate aligned PACs, and it's $2,900 per year. So I'm wondering if legally as a PAC, they can't contribute more than that. I mean, I know there's ways around that anyway. So I'm wondering if they spent all this money to get down to, I don't know if that's how that works, but
as in, yeah. Legally, they can't just donate money directly to a candidate's campaign. Yeah.
Beyond $2,900.
Which means, what was the purpose of all of this?
Right, exactly. It, again, goes to that question of why did you start a PAC in the first place when you could have just started an organization that wasn't a PAC and like not be dead.
Just for a little context too, in 2021, Kim Reynolds broke a campaign fundraising record in Iowa, having the most cash on hand reported for any Iowa governor's campaign, or it looks like any kind of political campaign in the state of Iowa. As of January 2021, she had $4.8 million cash on hand.
Solid.
That's a lot. It's pretty crazy that this state auditor has more than $1 million on hand. That is so much money for a state auditor to have on hand.
Yeah.
Get like a governor, that's like you're getting more into reasonable territory, but the state auditor has $1 million and is fundraising. Oh my God.
Yeah. Literally asking me for $25 today.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is a grift.
I really want to drive this home. So I gave you the total numbers. They have about $3,000 left. So the total amount of money paid to Title Fight and Hankerson Consulting combined, again, because it's all going to the same address. We don't know what's happening to this money after it arrives at his apartment, but it all went to him. And then, I don't know. But the total to Title Fight and Hankerson Consulting was $27,117.47 over this whole period, which amounts to about 60% of the total expenditures of this PAC and about 56% of all of the contributions ended up with these two, with a question mark, consulting agencies.
If you donated, is that where you thought your money would go? Is that what you expected?
Did you think it was going to an apartment in Minnesota?
Yeah. More than half to Title Fight and Hankerson Consulting.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's pretty, I don't know. And I just wish there was a way to get more information. Like, I wish there was a way for them to, like, present to us what they did. Or to, like, the public. I just really want to,
open invitation. Come on the podcast.
Right.
Tell us what you did with the money.
We're being, very... I mean, Justin, you did a ton of research, and so did you, Natalie, and Evan on this stuff. But I wonder how, I feel like every PAC probably similarly has a breakdown
I was thinking about that, Stella. It's like, imagine how much worse every other PAC is. Like, if you were to really sit down and dig, like, imagine the self-dealing going on. Like, to be clear, I think these are, like, about as well-intentioned as people, except Cody, can get. I think Cody is sus, and he needs to, like, explain himself before I'll say he was well-intentioned. But everyone else is, like, as well-intentioned as you could be going into a fucking political action committee. Mm-hmm. But, like, imagine all the PACs and what's in their disclosures if someone just pulled it up and was motivated to fuck around and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The stuff that is just out there in plain sight, it regularly blows my mind because I'm on there all the time looking at people's like disclosures, and the stuff is just there. And there's just no one who is like exposing it, who even knows what else is in there. And like, it's all available for public record. Like, a great thing I feel like for people to do with their time is like dig into your local politicians and take a look at this website and dig into like you can look up all the registered PACs, like, or like if you like see a PAC donated to someone that you hate, look into that PAC, see what you can find. Like, you can get stuff published on like some of our like local outlets if you find anything, but that's like a really meaningful thing to do, I think. I was thinking about how when I was going through for the Des Moines City Council, all of their financial disclosures and like going through each person and Googling them, I got through like not everyone, but 3 people. Like there are so many executives that pop up from like, it's just like everything is all connected if you just are like willing to like Google search, and just no one has the time to do it because you're so exhausted. But there's like the corruption is out there. They do not even give a shit. They tell the IRS that they are like, it's just wild to me, like what you can find.
It's when you have like that much, like people who donate to political campaigns either just have a ton of disposable income, in my opinion, or like thinking about like Jalen, right? And how many small amount donors he had who like really, really believed in him. Like people who didn't have a ton of like money, but still wanted to donate. And I don't know, it's just really a stark contrast when you look at some of these other campaigns where people are able to donate like $1,000, $500.
Yeah.
Like they're not living paycheck to paycheck like some of us, you know?
Imagine like some like these people like are well-meaning people. Like imagine that some of that money with Jalen or like with I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's about the opportunity cost, not necessarily what they were doing even.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
And if you've been moved by the last hour and a half of this conversation, please consider donating to Caucus or purchasing an Evan Joe's NFT.
That's an investment. Now, that's not.
I don't
that's
know.
Not a
I don't know what that
donation.
entails. I have not consented to any of this. So,
What?
if you're expecting to see something,
Evan NFT.
I put lots of juices, slurp juices.
oh
on
no. Oh man.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but I feel like I owe you something now.
I was pantsless earlier.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Now you're on the record.
I think another lesson of this podcast is if you like don't want people to dig into your financial like records and stuff, then like don't. If like a podcast like goes after you, like just ignore them. Like don't.
Yes.
just
Oh
let
my
it go.
This is so true because all you're gonna do, like that person is gonna get bored. I would have got bored.
Yep.
But-
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like we would not have thought about this again, but you had to be like a little bitch about it.
Yeah.
There were just a couple more
Yeah.
things I wanted to make sure we address before we stop talking about this. Cody, I'm like 100% certain that you will listen to this episode. So I don't know how often you like update your online profiles and everything, but I just want you to know 2 things. I haven't checked since I put this in my notes, but as of a couple days ago, your LinkedIn says that you are the full-time executive director of OPEC still from June 2021 to present. If that's no longer the case, you may want to update that. And also, you are still a $1 subscriber to the Rock Hard Caucus Patreon. I don't know if you intend to still be a subscriber, but I mean, you're welcome to still subscribe, listen to our stuff. But if you're not listening to it and you probably don't like us, you don't have to give us money. I don't know.
No, cut that. Give us money. Cut it.
If anything, I think we've learned he could be giving a much higher dollar amount.
Yeah.
And also, he needs to set up a P.O. box like yesterday.
He really does. Like,
For real.
Seriously.
Come on, man.
All right, and so title fight, it's a little bit unclear like what all they do. They're a little shadowy, but Lou McDonald, who I mentioned is the founder. So the people running Title Fight now are Lou McDonald, Vince Collis, and Chris Velastigui, I don't know. Sorry, Chris. But I don't know much about the other two guys, but Lou McDonald ran for, I think it was County Soil and Water Commissioner, Polk County. And he got a pretty high-profile endorsement in that race. I'll just show this to you.
Hi, this is United States Senator Cory Booker, and I am so excited to endorse Lou McDonald for Polk County Soil and Water Commissioner. Polk County deserves to have someone as hardworking and dedicated to public service as Lou is. I know the character of Lou. I know his hard work and determination. Heck, in 2014, he helped me get elected to the United States Senate. So please join me in supporting and endorsing Lou McDonald. I am proud of him and excited about his continued career in public service.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly, but I know for sure Lou got last place in that election. I think there were like 4 candidates and he was last. Even with the endorsement of a sitting U.S. Senator in a county soil and water commission race.
Oh my gosh.
In a soil and water commission?
Yeah, for real.
This is who benefited the most from OPEC. These are the political instincts, skills, the charisma, campaign know-how. These are the guys.
He does not look like a soil and water guy in that photo they show of him either.
No, he doesn't.
Like he looks like he has like a $600 haircut.
Yes.
He's wearing like a very tailored fitted suit.
He looks like he's at the opera.
Is this an Armani ad? Like, what are you? You don't know what to do with my soil or my water.
Yeah.
I feel
You've never even got
soil and water guy. You gotta
dirt
look
on
like,
your
salt on the earth.
your Armani jeans.
So that's what we know about OPE so far. I hope that was enlightening for everybody. I have a few things that I have coming up that I want people to know about. Do you mind if I plug my upcoming events?
Please do.
No, please do.
I
I'll
don't
just
think
say I'm a
anyone
little.
minds.
No, we love it. I'm a little worried about when this episode drops. Go ahead.
Well, if I am still alive on July 25th, my band Wombat's doing a little mini tour. The 25th we'll be playing in Iowa City at Public Space 1 Close House, along with David Herlin, Christine Burke, and Bob Bucko Jr. On July 26th, Wombat will be playing at XBK in Des Moines with Gravity's Constant and Sex Funeral.
Great band name.
Yes.
That's what having sex with me is like. A little funeral.
A dirge is playing. And the 28th will be playing probably a house show in Chicago. So I can't tell you where exactly yet. You're probably, if you live in Chicago, you shouldn't be listening to this anyway. But if you're there,
yes, you should. Why are you telling
should.
everyone to unsubscribe and not listen in this episode?
you shouldn't care about this if you're in Chicago. I'm just joking. Chicago listeners, please, we like you.
I'm going to come to your show so you can meet everybody, because Evan's going to. So
Yeah, that
if
may
you go
be-
to Justin's show,
Yeah,
you
that
can
may
meet all of us.
entice the listeners to come. If you know that Natalie and Evan will also be there. I promise we
I don't
won't
know
think
if we
you're
want to
weird.
tell people. Like,
We won't think you're weird at
are
all.
you guys worried at all about telling after we've recorded such an explosive episode that we're all going to be in the same building at once?
Oh, that's so true.
I want to go to the PS1 show. I'm hoping to be there.
Well, Chuck is the designated survivor.
Yeah, Chuck is the sole survivor of the podcast.
All right. Well, to end things today, we're gonna play some local music. This is a metal song by Two Cats. The band is called Mrou. MROU. You can find this at janebird.bandcamp.com. So here is Mrou. Again, this is a band composed of two cats. So enjoy. If you have music you want us to play on the show, go to our website and fucking send it to me. Thanks.